Hi everyone. I just did a facial and it is lovely. My face feels so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the video I just made of how to do a facial at home. I did go in recently for my very first facial of my whole life. And that's why I'm making this video, is because I feel like maybe if I would have seen this video, I may not have needed to go in, to be honest. It's kind of expensive and it was nothing that I couldn't do at home. It was wonderful and gave me a lot of great ideas of how to do a facial at home, which I never would have known before. So it did help, but I just wanted to share with you guys that you can do it at home and it's really easy, really effective. And anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I'm also making this video for people that maybe don't have the money to spend on a facial. Maybe you work and you don't have the time to go for an hour and a half on a facial. Or maybe you're like me and you have a little anxiety and it's not easy to go and you don't really want to take the time to go. So anyway, hope you guys will watch this all the way to the end and enjoy. Bye. Hi, I have a facial that I'm going to do for you today. I thought would be really fun. It was an hour and a half facial and it was $130. And I kind of wanted to just recreate that here because it was so lovely, but it was so simple. Now I am doing this in my bathroom today rather than where I normally film because you need hot water. So we're just gonna get started. So the first thing that she did when I went in there was she did a cleanse, and I actually don't have a ton of makeup on, but obviously I need to clean my skin. So first thing I'm gonna do is get my water hot and grab a cream cleanser. I really like this cleanser. It's not a typical cream cleanser. This is the Murad. This is a travel of the Renewing Cream Cleanser. I do have this product in full size, and I have several little travels, so that's what I'm using. She did a little facial massage when she removed my makeup, even though I wasn't wearing any at the time. I was smart enough to know to go in without any makeup. If you are gonna go in for a facial, I would suggest going in without makeup. Unless you're stopping by on your way home from work or town, then, I mean, you're paying $130, they can remove your makeup. So I'm gonna get this water nice and hot and remove this. You're gonna soak a cloth and wring it out halfway. Only halfway, that's important. And you're gonna steam your face. So you're gonna put pressure. Hopefully you can hear me okay. She put pressure everywhere. So you're steaming everything off your face. So I just got my cloth wet again, very hot water. For this to work properly, this water needs to basically scald your hands when you're rinsing it out. So I'm gonna steam my face again. Just light pressure. Breathe in through your nose. It feels so good. You're just opening up all your pores. And your hair is always everywhere after you steam. So now that I'm clean, I have a couple more clean towels. So just have a couple towels when you do this at home. So your first step is done, and that is steaming off your makeup basically. Then the first thing that she did was she applied a glycolic, kind of a pumpkin mask. It's really expensive, and it just so happens at home that I have a pumpkin glycolic mask. This is by Andalou. This is, you can get it in the health section. Let's see if my camera will focus. This stuff is amazing, and when I say amazing, I mean effective. This is $12. I went into a health store before I'd ever tried this, and I was looking for a glycolic pumpkin mask, preferably, And I ended up seeing this one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. And there was a worker there. And she's like, can I help you? And I said, sure. And so I told her what I was looking for, and she steered me towards another brand. So what I did was I did buy a sample of the brand that she steered me towards. And you want pretty good dollops of this on your face. I mean, this is a facial. This is not like you're not using this daily. If you want to do a facial, you need to do it right and use a good amount of the product. That's part of why it works well, I feel like. So anyway, she steered me towards another brand. So I did buy a sample of that one, but I did end up getting the full size of this one because ingredient-wise, it's what I wanted. And just trust your instincts, you guys. I was right. The other one is like, meh, and this is amazing. Now, you should, if you have sensitive skin, you should be able to get away with this. But I'm not gonna lie, this has a bite to it. It does. Glycolic acid, I believe, let me look at the ingredients. In fact, they might be on the box. I think it's the first ingredient after water. That's why I wanted it. I was like, oh, this one's good. This is potent. So I'm gonna leave that on there. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to steam it off. So I will be right back. All right, so it's been about 25 minutes, and I just laid there on the table and relaxed when I was there. My face, I wouldn't say it's red. It is still pretty tingly, and it's almost feeling a little bit numb, so that's normal. I would really recommend you get that glycolic mask. I'm gonna start in on my clean towel. You don't wanna use, for cleaning off the rest of these treatment products, you don't really wanna use the same towel you use to remove your makeup. So get a clean towel. This is extremely hot, hot water. The reason you want it to scald your hands is because by the time you open it up and get it up to your face, it's gonna be the perfect temperature. So you just set it on there for a second. This towel is definitely not too hot. I just wanna let you know. It needs to be way too hot in the sink for you to get the effect that you need. So just breathe in and out of your nose. It's so relaxing when you do that. It really helps you to relax and just helps you to relax. So when I finish wiping off this mask, so it is all off. My shirt's wet. You're put a t-shirt on, you're gonna get a little bit wet because that cloth is so saturated with liquid, but hopefully you can see how shiny my skin is. That mask, you guys, is just makes your face nice and tight and shiny. It's wonderful. So the next step she did was actually extractions, and she ended up not doing any. She's like, she said, at this point I'm supposed to be doing extractions, and she examined my face and she's like, do you take good care of your face? And I'm like, I might do 10 steps morning and night. And she's like, okay, there's nothing to extract. And she actually tried. It was so incredibly painful. I would suggest if you do go in for a facial and they ask you, unless you've got a lot of crazy stuff going on, I would absolutely say no to extraction. And at least from now on, I know that if I do go in, I'm gonna say no. It was so painful, and it felt like if she even slipped at all, my face was kind of slick, and if she even slipped at all, it felt like that dumb little tool was gonna go in my eye. Anyway, I'm just saying, and it was just so painful. I'm gonna go in with the next mask, which is a detox mask, and for that part, I'm gonna use, I looked at the ingredients of the really expensive one she used. You guys are gonna be really surprised, brace yourself. The ingredients were really similar to the brand new, they just launched this a couple months ago, I think, the Mary Kay Clear Proof mask, the charcoal mask, and that's what she used, was a charcoal mask. So many of the ingredients are in this. So I was not gonna buy, I think that mask was $60, and I got this, it was on sale for, I think 15. Duh, it's no brainer. I'm gonna use a decent amount of this. This mask smells so good, you guys. So good. It has kind of a very herbally smell to it, and like menthol eucalyptus type smell to it. Okay, so what she did was she just put this mask on my face, a very similar mask as this, charcoal mask. You can get a charcoal mask from the drugstore if you want to, or I would really recommend that Mary Kay one. So cheap and so awesome. So, and by the way, I have used a lot of masks before. Right now, this is one of my #1 favorites, honestly. I have Eve Lom's mask, I have the Eve Lom Rescue Mask, I have Glam Glow, I have all kinds of masks. This right now is blowing me away because as it sits, I get dots all over my forehead, all over my nose and out. My chin is like solid. This turns light gray, and then my chin's solid dark because of how much oil it's absorbing out. So stay tuned for that. Okay, this is a few minutes into it, and I just thought I would tell you, show you guys. Look beside my nose. I mean, this has only been drying for a few minutes. It's already soaking up oil, which comes out in these dots. And on my chin. So I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes more and then rinse it off. So this has been on for about 15 minutes. That's about how long she left mine on. But as you can see, there's a lot of oil here, there, that's being absorbed out. I would like to leave this on a little bit longer, but for the sake of today's video, I am gonna wash it off. But if you do just a light layer through your T-zone, you could even do that every morning if you needed to. I just don't want this left on my cheeks any longer, so I'm gonna rinse this off. So get your water really hot. And this one, you're gonna half wring out again, and you're gonna steam this one a couple times before you remove it. Don't forget to breathe in and out while you're doing it. Feels like it steams your lungs or something. It feels really good. All right. There is going to be residue of this left on your faces or on your washcloth too. So breathe in and out through your nose. Okay, one more steam. Really hot. Oh, that hurts. But it's necessary. And then I am going to just start loosening up what's left on my face. Part of why you want to steam this so many times is so it's you can be very gentle in removing it. So next is going to be the hydrating. You have now cleansed your face with makeup. You did a enzyme peel, and then you sucked everything bad out with your charcoal mask. Now we're going to go in with some moisture, and for that, and also this is kind of like a moisturizing lift mask, and that's what she used on me too. This is the Elemis Pro Collagen Quartz Lifting Mask. So I'm going to use 4 pumps of that. Again, you know, I think if you're doing like, it's supposed to be a special facial, I do think the more products you use, kind of the better it works. This has a nice slip to it. One of the other reasons I'm using this is because I would like to do a little bit of facial massage while I'm in here too. She did a little bit on me, but honestly, I do my facial massage different than her. She did a wonderful job, but I do it differently. So I'm going to add a couple pumps more of this actually to get a little slip and maybe even a little bit of water. Hers was a little bit more wet than mine is. So part of why your skin looks so amazing after a facial is not just the texture, the color it has to it, but also most of the time they do a lymph drain massage. And she did a little bit of one, but not what I do. If I seem like I'm being careful with my middle finger, it's not because I'm trying to be proper and use my ring finger like you're supposed to. It's because I had my knives sharpened. And then you know what happens to everybody when they get home with their newly sharpened knives is you try to cut your finger off. So I just have the liquid Band-Aid or whatever on the end of that one, and it's still a little bit sore as it's healing. Not that anyone cares about that. So lymph gland right here. So you're gonna make sure that you're draining. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. If you have a really oily mask you can use for moisture, or a tightening mask, use that. The more slippery the better, but I'm gonna just keep adding water to mine. Then you're gonna go underneath. You will start to kind of swallow a little bit because you are draining the lymph glands in your face. This is kind of a sped up version. I don't think there's a ton of people that have an hour and a half necessarily that they want to do a facial at home. Typically what you do is this. So you're going piece by piece, but I kind of find that this feels really nice and you get it done just a little bit quicker. And then we're going to go along the jaw. Back when our jaws looked like that. Draining all the lymph. Then you're going to go down the sides. It's easier to cross your arms instead of just to cross them and do this. And you'll definitely start to feel like your face is slimming out a little bit. This also, I'm going to get my fingers wet again. This kind of generalized, quicker version of a massage does the same thing, and I find that it actually happens rather than trying to block out time to do a huge massage on yourself. Not going to happen that often. If you can kind of make it a little quicker, then it'll happen more often. I do a shortened version of this every morning, pretty much. Just feel like all the junk runs out of your face and moves on. I'm gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes and come back and steam it off. All right. After this, I'm going to mimic what she did for skincare, and then we are going to be done. So breathe in through your nose. I'm going to do one more steam. Really hot. Hot, 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 hot. Again, it's not very hot when it gets to your face, but make sure you do have some type of a drying towel here. You will get water dripping a little bit down your arms and maybe your neck. So that is the last step on masks and stuff. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of skincare and kind of show you what she did. So I'm going to go in with a serum. This is the Rock Retinol Serum. I should show you guys what I have here for skincare. I have an entire 10-step drugstore regimen I've been reviewing. I'm in like month 2 of it. So that's pretty awesome. But that's what that's the only products I'm allowing myself to use is these products. So I am going to do the, like I said, this retinol serum. Then she did a moisturizer. I'm going to use this, it's a kind of a thin moisturizer. This is the L'Oreal Revitalift. This is a serum plus moisturizer in one. And I've been using the Rock one for a good dose of retinol. And then this is basically my dose of vitamin C. It comes out in 2 different colored liquids. So this is my vitamin C serum I do. So pretty soon that review will be up, and my whole life I've used expensive products, and I completely quit all of those. I had a heart attack. I was freaking out because I couldn't use any of my good stuff. And I've been using all drugstore. So go check that review out. It should be up soon, and you can see if there's a difference or what the difference is. So my last step I'm going to do is she used a good SPF on me before I left. That's just standard after a facial. You have a couple serums and then an SPF and you're out of there. So I am going to use, this is again Andalou. This is a health store brand. This is their beauty balm. It's kind of a BB cream, SPF 30, and it's amazing. Do use 2 pumps of this. And the reason for that is because if you actually want the SPF that's on the container, you do need to apply it kind of thick. Not super thick, but not super thin. So that is it, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. That is my exact experience I had, but it took an hour and a half. Definitely using the deep cleansing, using the masks, especially very exfoliating, and then the ones pulling out oil. Then you steam everything off. The steaming really brings this gorgeous like flush to your cheeks, and just gives you a really pretty healthy glow. So definitely, for me personally, I think that this is something that I will do probably a couple times a week at home in the comfort of my own home, and kind of get the exact same results I did. Again, it was $130, and I just don't think that you need to spend that for a good facial. So anyway, hope you guys like this video, and thanks for watching. Bye.